Bassmaster Fishing, Episode 13, Guntersville, new hotspot. And we just had a Guntersville tournament, and I did fairly poorly because I was not ready for Guntersville. But every time I find a new hotspot that I'm really excited about, I do an hour-long show, fishing the hours of the tournament from 7 a.m. to 1500 at that new spot I find. And I'll take you to it now. If you want to just watch my map, you can see where I'm going. It's a major largemouth hotspot. Major. After about the first hour or so, from 7 to 8, it's like nothing. At first, it's like smallmouth and spotted bass, but then it turns into like constant largemouth bass. I checked all in here. I checked all over there. All the docks here. All the deep spots in here I checked. And I didn't find anything really fabulous in here. I didn't check those over there. I came over here, I took a right, I checked these docks. I checked these docks. And there's a bunch of splashes in the water, like right around here. But I fished it and didn't find anything very reliable, largemouth wise. I came along here. Sometimes there's hot spots deep by the buoys, and I checked all through here. But it wasn't until I got to this spot here that my fish finder really lit up. And you can see the fish finder. Look at that. It's constant small fish right now, but there are some large fish in there, and I line up with this bush here. And I medium pitch dead ahead. Here's what I got. I'm using this 3/16 ounce number 4 Ned rig, 50-pound line, and a tremor shad. And I've been getting the largemouth pitching right about here. So at first it was like all 12s. And then I got a nearly 14-pounder in here. So I knew it was time to make another episode of my Bassmaster show. The Bassmaster TV show on YouTube that some people actually watch, which I think is great. It's about time this game got the credit it deserves for being the best American bass game ever made. And a bunch of guys have kind of looked the other way on this, and they don't stream this game. They don't do shows on this game on YouTube. Guys like Bo Angles and all the fishing game guys ignore this game, like Scuba Dave and Road Warrior, and those guys. They all think the world of Fishing Planet. Fishing Planet is the best fishing game ever made. But this is the best American bass fishing game ever made. Now, there's some good bass fishing in Fishing Planet. It's got a good bass game. The Everglades and Blue Crab Island in Mississippi, and there's Neharron River in North Carolina.
not gonna set any records with that one.
That's got good
But at least
smallmouth
he's a
fishing.
good, solid keeper.
But I just think that Fishing Planet is a little bit too monetized. It's great. It's the best fishing game ever made. I'm not denying that. But this game you can get for like $5 sometimes. And it's great. It's got a monthly tournament. So hard work pays off. Like finding hotspots pays off. Fishing Planet's bigger, but Bassmaster has some really big lakes too. And it's like one price for everything. Well, there is a DLC. There's DLC for Hartwell, Jordan, and Seminole. But it's not like Fishing Planet where it's like really super expensive and unreasonable. I think I paid a total of like $40 for this game, like brand new. For everything. Hartwell and Seminole and Jordan. And for the Predator pack and just everything included. Let's see how long it takes to catch a gorilla, a giant largemouth bass. Oh, this could be the legendary gar here. Wait, no, I don't think it is. Yeah, it's about time Bassmaster got some attention. Because it's a very special fishing game. And it's the best American bass game ever made. It's even better than... Its bass game is better than Fishing Planet. And that's saying a lot because that's probably the next best bass game ever made. Although it's not exclusively bass, not like this game. This game really focuses on the bass itself, and it has an underwater camera, which Fishing Planet does not have. This game focuses on the art style of the bass themselves, and the bass look a lot fancier and more ornate in this game, especially the legendary largemouth bass. They all have their special, unique look and color and design. Where Fishing Planet, the bass are kind of like they all look exactly the same. Not here. Especially the legendaries. They all look much different from each other. Except for some. I mean, like on Hartwell, Polaris and Doughboy, they look like the same fish, only one's a pound bigger. But I've been meeting new people through my Bassmaster YouTube channel. And people have been sending me friend requests on my PS5. And I've met a bunch of the champions on Xbox. I have an Xbox too. And Hardline, he's on Xbox. And Troubleman's on Xbox. And Blaney's on Xbox. And all those guys, they're always in like the top 5 or 10 of the tournament. And I've met them all on Xbox. But this is how it went the other day when I found this spot. It was slow until about like 9 or 10 o'clock, and then it was constant largemouth and some real giant largemouth. So I thought it'd be worth making an episode of my show on this spot because I'm very excited about it to see like how big a largemouth I'm actually going to catch and how many of them in 1 hour from 7 to 1500, the actual times of the tournament. How many giant largemouth am I going to get in that 1 hour? I'm lucky because PlayStation only lets you record an hour. And I make all my videos with my PlayStation 5. And I talk into my controller. And my PlayStation 5 just records everything. I can send it right over to YouTube. That's kind of a failure of the Xbox, I think, is that you can't send videos over to YouTube for some reason. Only Twitch and like some other less popular sites, and yet you can't share to YouTube anymore from Xbox. And I think that's a real big mistake by Xbox. I cannot use my Xbox for my gaming channel on YouTube. I have to use this PlayStation. But this is typical of the other day. This is exactly how it went. First, there was like smallmouth and spotted bass, and there wasn't a ton of largemouth, but around 9 or 10 o'clock, it was constant largemouth action.
Somebody caught a toe.
But it's always really great when you meet new people through your YouTube channel. That's special, you know, and you get to game with them. And I just met Big E on Bassmaster, and we had a couple battle royale at St. John's. He beat me both times, but I just met him through PlayStation and through my YouTube channel, and he reached out and sent me a friend request, and next thing you know, we were in battle royale and just having a good time with Bassmaster. And if I know this spot, very soon the largemouth will get very big. And there will be a lot of trophy largemouth in here. There's a 10 pounder, my first 10 pounder.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Let me see if I can remember the legendary largemouth names. The largest is Basquatch. Next is Bucketmouth. Next is Dollar Bill. And the last one, I think it only has 4. The last one, I think, is Dez. I don't remember all their weights. But I have caught a Basquatch once on my Nintendo. So I'm a total Bassmaster freak. I have Bassmaster for PlayStation, Bassmaster for Xbox, and I have the Nintendo Switch version of Bassmaster. The problem there is there's only legendary bass. They couldn't fit all the legendary fish on the Switch version. So there's only legendary bass. And it really runs like real garbage on Nintendo. I mean, that Switch 2 that I have, it has a really hard time running this game. Now this could be a big largemouth here. Oh my gosh. It's absolutely enormous. Looks like dollar bill, but I don't believe it is. Looks just like him though. I think dollar bill is kind of like a crescent arc to his head. That fish has got shoulders. But Bassmaster doesn't get enough credit. I mean, look at this game, man. It's just immaculate. And the lakes are so big. I mean, a lot of them are super, super huge maps. There's tons of good bass fishing on them. And it just doesn't get the credit it deserves, especially on YouTube. Fishing Planet gets a lot of glory. SimWorld gets a lot of glory, but this game, man, it's only got like a couple people making videos for it. Yeah.
Jeepers creepers, check out the peepers of that swamp donkey.
So this would be my first, if this was the tournament, it would be my first major fish. 13.9. And during the tournament, the fish you're going for are the 13s. The 13s and the 14s during the Guntersville Open. Those are the special fish that you need to catch during that competition. The 13s and the 14s. And of course, the legendary largemouth bass. We're always trying to catch them, no matter what. So I have not yet spent a full hour here. I found this spot and I spent about 20 minutes fishing it before I realized I really needed to make an hour-long show out of this spot. It's special. For largemouth in particular, it's a great largemouth, Guntersville largemouth spot. That looks like a legendary smallmouth. Of course, I have caught a 9-pound smallmouth on this spot when I first got here. The legendary smallmouth start at 10 pounds. So if you catch like a 9-pounder, you're going to get like over $5,000 for it. There's another big largemouth. Like I said, they do come on this spot, and they come in high numbers. There's a lot of good quality largemouth here. So far, we have a 13.9, and it is 9:40 a.m. We need another giant. So I can make a secret hotspot video for my YouTube channel telling everybody that this spot here produces the best largemouth action on this map, probably. And I would not be surprised at all to see a legendary largemouth bass soon. Will we see a legendary largemouth bass? That is the question. But recently I have been playing a lot of Call of Duty as well. Black Ops 6. Now, Black Ops 7 has been released. But I will not buy Black Ops 7 because I bought Black Ops 6 for like $70. And then I bought a Battle Pass, and then I bought a DLC. The Terminator DLC is well worth it, by the way. But, and then they shut the armory down. And they claim on Google that it's just a bug. There's a bug in the game that literally shut the armory down, which I do not believe for a second. I think they want people buying Black Ops 7 so bad, they shut the armory down and claimed it was broken. So the more people think Black Ops 6 is broken, the more of them are going to want to buy Black Ops 7. I just can't tell you like how little respect I have for that. I have no respect for that behavior out of Activision or Microsoft or Xbox or whoever's in charge of making those decisions.
I'm not going to set any records with that one. But it's a solid keeper to chunk.
So I felt like I already paid for that game, and then they took my armory away, and I just can't buy Black Ops 7 until they give it back, because I purchased that, and I didn't do anything to deserve them shutting down my armory, so I just don't think that I can buy Black Ops 7 until they open up the armory in Black Ops 6, and they treat me fairly, with Black Ops 6, and then I can trust them enough to actually, support them and buy Black Ops 7 from them. But, Black Ops 6, I have never had so much fun in my entire life as I have had playing Black Ops 6 with that Terminator DLC, with the grenade launcher and the shotgun and Arnold Schwarzenegger and the T-800. I mean, that's a really good DLC. I personally, I think it's one of the better ones. But if you ever buy Black Ops 6, I'd say, man, get a DLC. If you're going to get a DLC that has a grenade launcher on the assault rifle. Because those things are a riot, man. They're not really any good in Modern Warfare 3. I bought one and it sucks. I mean, it doesn't even work. But in Black Ops 6, It works very well. Not perfectly, but it works very well. The grenade launcher on the assault rifle, the grenade launcher attachments in Black Ops 6 are hilarious. If you hit anybody with a grenade, they absolutely go flying, and it's just hilarious. I think Black Ops 6 is a really cool game. Right now, this is all I'm only playing Bassmaster and Black Ops 6, Call of Duty. I'm just pretty new to Call of Duty. So I don't play a lot of Warzone, and I don't play in any like ranked tournaments or anything like that. I don't spend any money like entering tournaments. Or I'm a very average noob player. I'm not great at the game at all. I think I'm pretty good for a newbie with a good DLC. Makes me look a lot better than I am. But I absolutely love using that grenade launcher. I've got about 7,000 kills with that grenade launcher. Just running up to people and shooting that grenade launcher at their feet and just watching them go flying, you know. But I'm very confident with it because usually I get the kill. It's just close. It's a little hard when people are running around a lot. It's a little hard to be accurate with it. Like when they're really close to you and they're moving around a lot. Like if they strafe back and forth a lot, or they're going real fast, like it's kind of hard to hit the ground where they are because they're constantly moving.
Not gonna set any records with that one, but at least it's a good, solid keeper.
Lots of largemouth on this spot.
You're gonna have a few competitors trembling with that toe.
I just wonder if this spot is going to be good enough for the online open, for the tournament. And that's what this video is all about. It's about looking to see how large the largemouth are going to be and how many of them in 1 hour. If I get 5 giants here in 1 hour, I will know that it is, in fact, perfect for the online open, which is the really important thing that we all want to know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have found Basszilla.
But I did not do so well in Guntersville when it came up on the online open. So I had to kind of keep looking. I had a spot that I used. But I was not in the top 10. I don't think I was in the top 10 there. That was a few months ago, though, so I don't remember perfectly. But I don't think I was in the top 10, and I certainly didn't like have a really good time and like feel confident at all. So I had to keep looking on Guntersville.
There has been a Basswatch sighting.
And it seems as though the spotted bass have arrived. This is the third one in a row I've caught. They're worth a ton of cash, though.
Oh boy, that is Shack Daddy's super bass.
That one fish was worth $3,000. Let's see, when is the next giant, and I mean giant, gonna appear? I've already got a 13.9. The next one should be along pretty soon. It's been a little while. That's the wrong species. The wrong species entirely. I am looking for largemouth. But if I catch like a legendary spotted bass or a legendary smallmouth bass, I will also be quite happy. So the third round of Sabine River started today, and I got a 36. It was so hard. I don't know why, but I just couldn't get like the really big trophy largemouth on the normal spots. I just failed at like getting a close to a 40-pound round, which you really have to have. If you want to win every single round, you got to get like a 38 minimum.
Somebody caught a toe.
I think there's a guy right now who has not done worse than like a 39 each round. So I got a 37 in round one, and then a 40 in round two. I had the best round of the whole tournament last round with a 40-pound, 7-ounce round at Sabine River. But then this round, I went back to my 35-pound weighs and finished with a 36. So I have a 37, a 40, and a 36. So I will not be winning the Sabine Open.
There has been a Basswatch sighting.
But I did have fun, and I was grateful that I got a chance to play it. And I did get a good video for my channel. I caught Overlord and finished with 40 pounds, 7 ounces. And can't ask for much better than that. I mean, there's only 2 guys that have done better than that the entire tournament. They both had a 40-pound, 11-ounce round.
Not gonna set any records with that one, but at least it's a good, solid keeper.
Yep, Bassmaster doesn't get the love it deserves. Oh, there's a big one. Come on back. Where'd you go? There's a monster. It's a big boy there. Well, he's probably about a 10-pounder there. Need a bigger one. Need a 13 or a 14. No heartbeat on this one. I think it's about a 10, maybe close to a 10-pounder.
Somebody caught a toe.
But there's just a lot of largemouth here, so I think it's worth knowing about. It's definitely a good hotspot. So what do y'all think about the PS5 Pro? I always thought that that PSSR, that PlayStation Super Spectral Resolution, was kind of a gimmick. Like, to me, the biggest difference between the PS5 and the PS5 Pro is that the Pro has like 2 terabytes of storage.
It's Chubasa.
That's it. That's the only difference I think, honestly, that there really is. And I know there's some computing power differences, but you know, whenever someone says PlayStation Super Spectral Resolution to me, I sort of like, I just question like if it's anything at all, you know, if it's anything significant, or if it's just a gimmick. You know, it's just a series of words. And to me, it just sounds very gimmicky. Like, maybe there isn't a whole lot extra to the PlayStation 5 Pro. I thought about getting one. But I have like almost 5 terabytes in my PS5. I have a 1200 model. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have found Bassmaster.
A 13.9 and now a 13.5. So we've got 2 of our 5 fish that we need. And if this spot gives me like 5 giant bass, and it's really competitive, and it's extra good, like in 1 hour, if you can get like 5 13s, or the equivalent of like a bunch of 14s and a couple 13s, then I will certainly make a secret hotspot video about this spot for Guntersville. But Bassmaster don't get no love, man. It doesn't get no love because it has some little problems. And you know, like the best fishing games in the world, you know, they have no issues, and like Fishing Planet has very few issues. Sometimes I think this is a funner game, though. Just being able to see under the water and watch the legendary bass just smash the lure, come out of nowhere, and it's just got something special. Bassmaster's special. And God, I hope they're in the middle of doing another one because they've been on some train simulation game that it's just you riding or driving a train. That's the game they're doing. So they did a bunch of fishing games like Fishing Sim World and Carpent Course, and oh, this is another big one. And Bassmaster, they were on this kick where, like with the old ownership of Dovetail, the people that used to own Dovetail, the creators of this game, they made a bunch of fishing games. And they were purchased, they sold the company right after they made this game. So it's got a bunch of bugs and problems because it doesn't get updated anymore. And there's no word if Dovetail is in the middle of making another fishing game. As far as anyone knows, Dovetail is just doing train simulation right now. Train simulation. Oh, wow.
An absolute hydrilla gorilla.
And you can see 13, 13, 13. These are all very uniform tournament-sized bass. Now we only need 2 more. And it's possible that I could catch a legendary largemouth bass as well. But contact Dovetail if you can. Tell them you want another Bassmaster game or another fishing game from them because they make great fishing games. And it's so sad to see that the old owners just kind of sold the company and they didn't like make any kind of deal where the developers could update this game or fix it up or fix any of the problems with it or anything. They just dropped it. They dropped everything and they took the money. They took the money and ran, and just Bassmaster's just like out there and on its own now with all these bugs, all these problems. The tournament scores are not counted correctly. There's vertical fish in the water at times. It's got problems. It really needs attention by Dovetail. But the new owners, they just don't care.
Not going to set any records with that one.
They do not care about this game.
Cha-chunk, cha-ching.
And it's really sad to see that the new ownership of Dovetail is just not, like, they're not telling us anything about any new fishing games that they might be making, or that they're in the middle of producing or anything. If they're making one, nobody knows about it. And to see them just dump this game and like not update it at all or patch it or fix it in any way. And I mean, I've tried to contact support on a few different occasions. They just turn you away. They say there's nothing we can do, and they don't go to the owners and tell them anything. I mean, Dovetail support is not very helpful usually. They just basically turn you away. Yeah, it's hard to hate them.
You're going to have a few competitors tremble.
They made the best bass game ever made, you know. In my opinion, it's the best bass game ever made. But I found a lot of spots where there was fish in my search through Guntersville here. But this is the only spot that I have found that is as good as it is for largemouth. I mean, the largemouth here are like the highest possible quality. So if I get like one more 13, I will have 4 of my giants. And I will only need one more to make a complete attempt in a round, a complete round score. So I always fish from 7 to 1500 because that's the hours of the tournament. And that's the best time to practice for the tournament. 7 to 1500. Another medium bass. But I hope you don't give up on the Open. Yeah, the tournament scores are not counted correctly by the game. You have to add up your own score very often, and everybody else's too, to see exactly where you finish. But the Open is a special event. Every month there's a new online Open in Bassmaster, an online tournament. And a bunch of us outdoor lovers, gamers, we play in it. We compete against each other in this game, in Bassmaster. And it's good. Sometimes it can be a little tough because the big bass don't bite. They get real skittish. And all the gar and striper and drum and everything else does bite a lot. So during the Open, it's a little tougher than free fishing. It's more skittish bass and a lot more active other fish that you don't need. They will get real active and they'll steal the lure and drive you crazy. And That it's like that on just about every lake too. Just a challenge. The online open is always a challenge.
Somebody caught a toad.
But I think you should try the open as long as you have some good hotspots. Just look it up on YouTube, you know, hotspots for this lake, hotspots for that lake, and okay, this could be no, this looks like a 12. Perhaps a 12 pounder. I'll be surprised if it's a 13. It doesn't really look like it.
What
11.
a hog.
Will I get my 5 giants in 1 hour from 7 to 1500? The same hours as the online open. The same hours as the tournament. Will I get my 5 giant largemouth bass? I've got 3. Need 2 more. Is it going to happen? Am I going to get a legendary largemouth bass? That remains to be seen. But if you've watched this long into this video, you're a real trooper. You're my kind of viewer because you're hanging tough with me through this time of testing for this new hotspot. Is it good enough for the online open? Another little guy. By the way, y'all, I am sorry about this net. I am really bad with this net. I know that. And it must be annoying to watch me fumble around with it.
But at least it's a good, solid keeper.
All right, one more game hour to catch 2 giants. Will it happen? Two giants left to catch. When will they appear? When will these big guys spawn in? If at all. One more game hour remaining. The pressure is starting to build. Okay, this does seem to be another 11 or 12. And also, one thing to note is that I have not caught one 14 today. 11. So 2 11s and 3 13s. That is what it gave me in about an hour. 3 13s, well, 3 just over 13, 13 fives, 3 13 fives, and 2 11 and 12, or an 11 and a 12. But you see that there's really big bass in here right now. There's more in here than I actually caught. Oh, got him. This could be a 13, which would give me like 4 13s and a 12. This spot is phenomenal for largemouth bass. And if you watch this far into this TV show, this Bassmaster television series, thank you. Thank you for watching. Oh, no.
There is a bass watch.
It was too good to be true, as it turns out. But didn't catch any 14s. Now, it's possible on this lake to catch 14s. During the tournament, though, it's not very likely. You're much more likely to catch the 13s. But it's curious that I have not seen a day of 14 jet here. Only 13s, 3 13s, and a couple 12s. Very interesting largemouth spot.
Somebody caught a toe.
Last cast. Well, thank you for watching this episode. Have a good day.